Hello. Oh, okay. There we go. Alright, hello. Let me pause the music and then we can get started on this, which is new Nancy Drew game. Hit the wrong button. So we're already off to such a good start. So the things I know about this Nancy Drew game. There's a DLC. What's the DLC? Is it just more music? It's just more music. It's so weird that they sell the music for these games because the last one also had its music as a DLC, and I just felt like the music was not that interesting. So this one's about it takes place in Greece, and they're putting on a performance about 80s and Persephone, so I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot of feelings. I did want to say before I started, I have been sick. I got medicine on Monday because I had a sinus infection, but I'm still not feeling awesome. But I did want to stream. I'm doing this as kind of a test run to see if I can even stream tomorrow with Ronnie, since we'll be doing voice acting. I am going to try to mute myself when I'm coughing a lot, but we'll see what happens. So let me just figure out where my mouse is. We can play this video game. Make sure everything is working. Looks like everything's working. And we'll have to adjust the sound, obviously. But we're starting a new game. We obviously have to adjust the sound. So if you aren't hearing me talking, but are seeing my little thing move, it is because I'm coughing, is what's happening. I finally have my third monitor set up, and by third monitor, I just mean my tablet, which is not currently being used to draw, so I can actually have multiple screens up, which is fantastic. Is that supposed to be the, Chiron? Maybe. Anyway. Amateur. We all know it.
Museum. Melina called you in to help her with the exhibit, right?
That volume looks like it should be good for us for now.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Oh.
It's too soon to tell.
These guys look way better than any of their models in-game have. They've looked so terrible in-game.
Apparently the museum has been losing staff right and left.
Yeesh. Well, make sure you stand
The
in the
museum she works for is opening an Are they in Greece yet? If it's in Greece, then this is a very strange exhibit to just be opening. Maybe they're not in Greece. Maybe I'm just assuming they're in Greece.
I gotta go. Hello?
No, they're in Greece.
Be quiet!
Leave her alone.
God, I forgot someone was named Thanos.
No need for that. But we'll take the compliment. Take 5, Thanos.
I'm so sorry to interrupt your rehearsal.
Don't be. I'm sorry I scared you like that. I thought we were alone.
You were very convincing. I'm Nancy, by the way.
I'm Xenia.
Nice to meet you.
Xenia? I couldn't hear her. I was coughing.
Perfect. I'm pretty busy. Hopefully we'll get to know each other.
Oh, you can see me adjusting the audio for me. Sorry.
What's your play about?
Oh, you'll like it. It's got kidnapping, extortion, death, trickery, getting cast down into Hades with no hope of escape. The usual boy meets girl in ancient Greece story.
Sounds
Her mouth
exciting.
movements are kind of weird, but
I hope so. We're performing the story of Persephone to open the new exhibit.
Persephone.
Nancy.
Refresh my memory.
She's the daughter of Demeter, goddess of the harvest. But even Demeter can't keep her daughter safe. Hades kidnaps Persephone, you saw that part, and takes her to be his queen.
I'm glad I'm in modern-day Greece. The dating scene back then seemed pretty rough.
That it was.
Good joke.
Honestly, the material's a little difficult to work with.
Is it?
I feel like I know her. The more we rehearse, the more I want the story to
Okay,
have
you know what?
happier
Actually, that's a
ending.
fair enough point. I was gonna say, I don't know if the material is difficult, but no, I can understand. That makes more sense. I'm being rude.
You play Persephone, I presume.
I do. I'm also directing the show.
That's great. I hope I get a chance to see it.
I just hope it's worth seeing. We're doing our best, but can you keep a secret? I'm out of my depth here. None of the rest of them can know, but I am deep, deep in the woods.
I know that feeling, but I think you can accomplish a lot by just acting like someone who knows what's happening.
Okay.
I have to. I put myself out there. I said, I can do this. So now I have to show up and be the boss.
Uh-huh.
And I have to yell. And even though my voice sounds like shaking paper in my head and my insides feel like snapping twigs, none of them can know that. I just needed to say it.
I bet you'll do just fine.
Really? What makes you think so?
I don't know. It just seemed like
Nancy!
a supportive thing to say.
You're nice.
Is that helpful if you
Hey,
say that?
You seem pretty together, but can I give you some advice?
Sure.
Nancy is not together.
Careful around the boys.
Nancy's not
Especially
together. Are you
Thanos.
kidding me?
Why?
He's a bit intense.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
I guess. I do find it a little strange that a Greek museum would be just opening an exhibit on Greek antiquities, but like I guess I've never been to museums in Greece. My instinct would be that as part of local culture, there would pretty consistently be some kind of exhibit on Greek antiquity. I feel like it would almost be like somehow annoying, like that's like the most of what you're gonna see, because like a lot of people would go for like the tourism. Where the hell am I? Oh, I'm exploring the amphitheater. Okay, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Oh, Famous People of Greece by Carrie Johnson, PhD. Oh, great. These fucking dudes. Are you kidding me? Okay. That was mean. Socrates, philosopher, recognized as a founder of Western philosophy, Socrates is noted in his debates on morality and how an individual should live their life. His philosophy focuses on logic and reasoning to develop a more scientific method of thinking. What we know as the Socratic method demonstrates this approach. When asked a question, Socrates would respond with further questions, leading the questioner through the answers they provided to answer their own question. Let me check. Was it him that I read? I read a bunch on... It might have been Plato. I might have read Plato. Ladder. Yeah, I read Plato's Symposium for school. I didn't have a good time with that. But I also didn't have an awesome philosophy professor. I think had I read it in a different setting, I could have really found it a more interesting and engaging conversation. Just like... the situation wasn't it. I'm gonna be really annoying in this because like ancient Greece, not only like mythology but like culture, and I've read like a bunch of Greek plays at this point, and like I just read for work a book on like ancient Greek curses, and I've written research papers on like religious cults in ancient Greece and stuff. So like this is a field I'm really interested in, and had it not been that like going into this field like both takes a lot of work, kind of requires you to learn languages, which I'm really bad at, and like is mostly academic, which I didn't really want to be an academic. I definitely could see like a path for myself where I went into this instead. So I do know a lot about it, which means I'm gonna be fucking annoying this whole entire game. So I hope you're ready for that. Aristotle, philosopher. Aristotle was one of the founding fathers in Western philosophy, along with Socrates and Plato. He created the Lyceum in Athens, a school of higher learning, and taught Alexander the Great. During his life, he developed the disciplines of metaphysics and comparative anatomy, the science of correct reasoning. Archimedes, mathematician and inventor. One of the leading scientists of antiquity and arguably one of the greatest mathematicians of all time, Archimedes' work laid the foundation for modern mathematics. He is credited for many theoretical and practical innovations in math, including integral calculus, boo, and the 3-to-2 relationship of the volume of a cylinder to a sphere, oh, I didn't know that, and calculating the approximate value of pi. He is also an inventor, best known for the water pump called Archimedes' screw. Hippocrates, doctor. We all know him. Considered the father of Western medicine, Hippocrates believed medical treatment was a science and should not be governed by myth or superstition. I was gonna say math and then realized it wasn't math. He founded the Hippocratic School of Medicine, which established medicine as its own field of study for the first time. The Hippocratic Oath, a code of ethics attributed to Hippocrates, is still sworn by graduating medical students to today. Note, it is slightly changed. I did know that. The rod of Asclepius, or Asclepius. A lot of these names have multiple pronunciations. and by error, the similar-looking Caduceus? I don't know. Derives from the oath that has been used as a symbol of medicine. Homer, poet. Got him on my fucking shelves right behind me. A master of epic poetry, Homer is the credited author for the Iliad and the Odyssey. These two epic poems are considered by scholars to be literary masterpieces of ancient Greece and the world. Homer recited his work, and the epics were eventually transcribed by others. Because he did not write down his work himself, scholars have debated for millennia his authorship and whether he was even a real person. Yo, Sappho's in here! Holy shit. This is huge. Lesbian mention in the Nancy Drew game? This is groundbreaking. What can we say? Sappho, lyric poet. Sappho was one of the few women to achieve fame in ancient Greece with her highly popular romantic poetry. She could read and write, which was uncommon for a woman in ancient Greece. I do have to do a little pause and say it probably wasn't as uncommon as Nancy Drew is claiming, because in that book, no one asked for this. Literally no one asked, but I want to share. I want to have a sharing time. In the book that I just read about ancient Greek curses, part of the spread of curses, and I don't remember if it was before or after Sappho. I would have to go check dates and stuff. But there are curses from some women to curse like other people. A lot of these curses were binding curses, and like a lot of them were legal, so a lot of them were men, but there are curses from women. And the idea was that like curses tended to spread more as literacy and like writing were spread throughout this part of the world, and as they became more common. So it's kind of like proof that like more people than we probably give credit for probably did know how to read and write. Of course, there would still be like a level of like class. You had to be like a certain like class, and cursing started in the upper class, we believe. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's probably not as rare, and I can't remember how far back Sappho was. This doesn't give me any dates, which is very annoying that there are 0 dates in this so far. But, you know, I mean, they're not wrong that Sappho is, like, one of the most well-known women in ancient Greece, but, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, ancient Greece was not only around for a while, but, like, our concept of ancient Greece, for people who don't know, is a little weird, because ancient Greece was made up of like lots of different like states and stuff, and there were large portions of time when it was never really unified. There were only a few times I think you could probably consider it, and it's been a long time since I've studied like the actual history, but like, you know what I mean, like things, the way women were treated and what would be acceptable for women varied based on city-states. It wasn't like a monolith, which is true for any culture, but like it's very like uncommon for women in ancient Greece. It's a little fuzzy. But again, this is a Nancy Drew game, so like, I don't know. She formed her own literary group for young girls on the island of Lesbos, teaching them the skills to participate in religious festivals, including poetry, music, singing, and dancing. Euripides, playwright, a master tragedian, Euripides wrote over 90 plays during his lifetime, though only 17 tragedies and 1 satire exist. Satire. I did read Euripides for school. Unlike his contemporaries, his character's miseries. I was going to read that as mini-series. That's not the word. His character's miseries stemmed not from the gods, but from their own personal flaws. His plays' strong themes of war, love, suffering, and betrayal both shocked and captivated viewers of his day and remain relevant to modern audiences in works such as Medea, The Trojan Woman, and Electra. Phidias, I think, Sculptor and architect. I actually don't know this one. Phidias began his art career as a painter, but became renowned for his sculpture work. His masterpiece, the statue of Zeus at Olympia, I've probably seen pictures of this and I just don't know the artist, was approximately 40 feet high and one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Oh, I've seen drawings then. Under the patronage of Pericles, Phidias supervised the restoration of Acropolis and the building of the Parthenon. There we go. Okay. Including the legendary Athena Promachos statue. I don't know if I said that right, within the Parthenon. Parthenon, not the Pantheon. Parthenon. Brain working good. You can't tell I've been sick for almost 2 weeks. Pericles, statesman. Pericles was the leading statesman in Athens of his day. Those sweeping democratic through sweeping democratic reforms, he is credited with creating the Golden Age of Athens. His government provided the basis for many modern democracies, including the United States. Ugh. Pericles, a staunch patron of the arts, was also responsible for numerous projects to beautify and glorify the city. It was in large part due to his contributions that Athens gained its reputation as the educational and cultural center of the ancient world. All right. Alexander the Great, conqueror. Cool. Alexander III, king of Macedonia, was one of history's most successful military leaders. Riding into battle on his legendary stallion, Bucephalus? I haven't heard that name since like 7th grade. He never once left the battlefield defeated. Unlike other conquerors, Alexander didn't force Greek customs onto the conquered peoples at the cost of their local culture. As a result, Greek culture integrated and spread farther than it ever had reached before, emerging east and west for the first time. Alexander's vast empire dissolved after his death at the age of 32. I feel like there's more people I would have involved in that, but it is a Nancy Drew game, so keeping it limited. I'm just trying to... Oh, well, awesome. Love it. Oh. Greek mythology, the great books the world of Greek mythology. Let's see. Table of contents. The Titans, Psyche, and Eros. What a strange one to start with. Wait, this is such a strange order for things. Okay. Okay, sure. The Titans, Psyche and Eros, Apollo and Daphne, Icarus. Icarus but not Daedalus. All right. Theseus and the Minotaur, Heracles. Proper name. Prometheus, Tartarus and the Underworld, Pandora, Orpheus and Eurydice, Perseus and Medusa, Arachne, King Midas, the 9 Muses, 69, and Lethe, or I think I've also heard just like Lethe. I don't actually know which one's right. The River of Forgetfulness. Following their death, souls had to pay an obelisk coin to the ferryman Charon for passage across the river Acheron. Some of these words I've never actually said out loud before, so if I do get them wrong, I'm sorry. Like, I've read all of it, but I haven't listened to a lot of them. So that's on me for... there was the longest time where I just, didn't read Artemis correctly when I was little, so I thought it was a Tremis. It's not a Tremis, it's Artemis. On the far side of the river, they arrived at the gates to the underworld, which were guarded by the 3-headed dog Cerberus. After passing through the gates, souls wandered the underworld until they stood before Rhadamanthus, Minos, and Iacchos. Hi, Sarah Landis. First of all, hello. Second of all, I did want to say, this book I keep mentioning that had tablets, curse tablets from ancient Greek, actually had a lot of ancient Greek in it, and I actually did have to start putting together the sounds of some of the letters and stuff. It was very interesting. Let's see. Iacchos. Oh, that's why. This is a different spelling than I usually see. Let's see if I got this right, though. That's the other thing, because it's what is it? I can never remember. Romanized? It doesn't come up. Good lord, there's a lot of spellings for it. There's like a lot of different spellings for some of these names, and there's just like ones that we consider more standard, which can also make looking up pronunciation a little hard. So let's see what this person, if anyone has said this in ancient Greek. Ayakos. The judges of the dead. Once the soul was judged, they could either enter the gates to Elysium if they had lived an exemplary life, or Tartarus. Those are the only choices. That's blatantly not true. Anyone familiar with Greek mythology will know it's not just two choices. You don't go to Elysium or Tartarus. That's not it. Whatever, who cares? If they needed to atone for their transgressions. The condemned souls, guarded by the 100-handed Hekatoncheires. Oh god, this was in the thing. Hekatoncheires giants labored over their punishments in Tartarus. King Sisyphus for his trickery and lies. Love that they're not telling us what he did. Love that. Does Asphodel from Hades Game 2018 mean nothing to these people? Literally. Where are the fields of Asphodel? This is so rude. Made to roll a boulder up a hill only to see it come rolling back down just before reaching the top every time. Me doing laundry. The husband murdering Danaedes. I think it's Danaedes. Futilely toiled carrying water in a leaky basin. Tantalus was a man invited to dine with the gods, but he stole their nectar and ambrosia to share with other mortals. He was sentenced to spend an eternity in Tartarus, up to his neck in water, with a tree's fruit blowing tantalizingly just out of reach any time he tried to reach for one. I love how little they're giving, like, with what happened, which, like, each of these is, like, more. Like, all of these, like, obviously, this is, like, but it's literally called Tartarus and the Underworld. You'd think that they would explain a little bit more about Tantalus. Like, my guy didn't just do that, you know? Like, he did feed the gods his child. Like, I don't... He wasn't just like, I'm just gonna steal, like, there was more going on with that guy, but we can skip over it. I guess it's technically too much for a Nancy Drew game, but whatever. Hello, Elliot. Welcome to me talking way too much about Greek mythology and stuff. Deep within the pit of Tartarus was the prison which held the elder gods, the Titans. Led by Kronos, the Titans had ruled the earth until Cronus' son Zeus ignited a rebellion against them. Again, this is the bare minimum. This is baby's first Greek mythology. Holy shit. And for me, that's not even true. I grew up on mythologies. That has always been my thing. I was reading about Kronos, like, eating his kids at, like, 6 years old. Like, before I was playing the Nancy Drew games. With his allies, including the Hekaton... Did they spell that differently? No, they didn't. Hekatoncheires. I think that's it. And wielding his lightning bolts, Zeus defeated and imprisoned all the Titans who had fought against him except Atlas. Zeus punished Atlas by forcing him to hold the world on his shoulders. That's all you're telling me? Damn. That's fine. I would argue that wasn't even really that much about the underworld, but go off, I guess.
I need to figure out the combo.
Great. I would argue that there is actually way more about the underworld that you just, like, didn't bother doing anything with, but... Oh. Hermes presents Persephone in Winter starring Hermes. Why does Thanos keep having his lines cut? At this point, I'm carrying the show. This isn't Hermes' story. Not at all. What gives? Maybe Xenia can explain. I missed how she pronounces her name. I'm sorry. The wings don't actually do anything, Xenia. Look into automation of light cues. Xenia keeps adding to Hermes' role. At this point, I can barely make the cues between the scenes. All light cue changes in Sly system weight settings originate with Xenia as in script notes. Cues will be signed off by Xenia and Grigor. Personal notes. Oh, password required. All right, I will not fuck around with that anymore.
Hi, I'm Nancy.
Hello.
You must be...
Hermes, god of charisma and handsomeness. But the mortals call me Gregor.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Gregor.
Same. What's your role?
I guess I'm playing the part of the museum assistant.
Then why don't we become friends?
I'm open to that.
Oh, God.
More than friends?
Less open to that.
Oh, Antigone. Antigone mention.
Yeah.
Antigone.
Oh, good. That doesn't affect the average.
Sorry. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about this guy. I got really excited about Antigone. Antigone is absolutely, of the ancient Greek plays that I've read, which is maybe like 8 or 9, absolutely my favorite. I fucking love Antigone. I really have to read Anne Carson's translation. I actually got to see Antigone performed by, for some reason, at my college when we saw this, because this was like one of the big ones we did for that weird honors college class. They must have already been in the States or something, but like a troupe from Greece came and performed Antigone for us. It was incredible. It was incredible. I can't read this one up here, but then it says Oedipus at Colonus, and then Antigone, and then Sophocles. So it does say Oedipus, yes. We are not going to address Oedipus in this, I assume.
What's
But
your role in the production?
he's been mentioned.
Too many things.
Is that usual?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
But
a
things are little more
small.
intense this time.
Yeah.
Because there are so few of you?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you have a larger support crew?
Generally we do. But because the background checks were really extensive, we didn't have time to worry
God,
about anyone
after
other
this,
than
I'm just gonna
ourselves.
have to, like,
To answer
tonight,
your
I think
question,
I'm gonna have to, like,
I work the lights
pull one of
and the
my
stage cues. I make sure we've got the
books
right
off the
scripts,
shelf and,
then I
like,
do my best to keep us from
do
killing
myself a little bit of reading. Because, like, every so often I just, like, hit in, like, the face with, like, oh my God, I miss studying this stuff so bad.
Why do you think Xenia keeps making your role bigger?
Would you stay out of my things?
Okay.
No, she's Nancy Drew.
I
She's
have
not
no
gonna stay out of
idea,
your shit.
honestly.
Maybe she just likes keeping you busy.
I have to go.
Okay, bye.
I have a question for you.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
what's up?
Why are you here?
I was invited.
Are you an art expert?
No.
I guess I don't get it.
Yes, Nancy.
Did I upset you earlier?
No. The show is starting to rest on my shoulders more and more. I needed to catch my
Oh
breath.
God, I hate when that happens, dude. I get it.
Later.
Talk to you later.
Okay. Can't interact with that yet. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Oh, that's... Okay. Can't pick that.
Stay
Oh,
away from that. It'll kill you.
What exactly am I staying away from?
That's the fly system. It controls the scenery and the curtains, and it'll kill you.
honestly, real.
I'll be careful then.
Do not touch the fly system unless you are specifically trained for whatever the fuck. Oh, the Oresteia. Fuck yeah. Sorry. I also enjoy the Oresteia. For those who don't know, the Oresteia it's like a trio of plays. That's why it says the old worldist dramatic masterpiece in 3 parts. If you know anything from it, I believe you probably know the, I can't figure out where it happens in my translation because my translation has it completely different, which that's how translations work. But it's rotten work, not to me, not if it's you. That's from a translation of one of the works in that one. In case anyone's curious, can't do shit here, Nance. This is high tech for, like, what I thought was a museum opening for just, like, an exhibit. But I don't know what their budget is. Hello. Hi. It's me. All right.
Hello.
What can you tell me about Gregor?
I like him. I know he's the type to flatter.
Great.
I know it's self-serving to listen to him when he tells me I'm gorgeous and brilliant.
Uh-huh.
But you know what? I can use the emotional junk food some days.
You know what? Fair enough, girl. I will say, this is gonna be... This is another thing with Nancy Drew, because they never, for these ones where they're not set in the United States, they so rarely have people from the country that we're set in the game. This happened in France, where one character of, like, the 4 interactable characters was actually French. Everyone else was, like, American. Like, most of the people working at an ancient, at a museum in Greece would be Greek, you know? Like, probably not all of them, but, like, probably the majority of employees at that museum would actually be Greek. So, like, what makes you interested in ancient Greek is more like, well, why are you interested in, like, your local history?
What made you interested?
They're all
in
spies
ancient
from the British
Greece?
Museum. So real.
I guess if I had to
What
pick an
made you
answer,
interested
I'd
in
say
ancient Greece?
the
I'd
ancient
say
Greeks.
the ancient
Okay,
Greeks.
fair answer.
That's all she wants to say. I am offended. As someone who has had such an intense interest in ancient Greece, I'm offended by her response being, my interest in ancient Greek is the ancient Greeks. Girl, come on, man. I feel like everyone I know who, like, is studying in, like, the classics field, like this, like, specifically Greek and Roman classics, those are the people that I personally, like, follow on Tumblr, just, like, out of happenstance, because I was in the Percy Jackson fandom, and I happened to follow quite a few of them. They all have pretty strong feelings, so if you asked them why they were interested in studying it, they would have, like, a lot to say, especially in their particular field. Someone I follow, named Judith, is like a PhD student, and what she's really interested in is, like, different, like, representations of Demeter through time in ancient Greece. So, like, her being like, my interest in ancient Greece is the ancient Greeks, is like, that's silly. Hello, Nate. Welcome to... I did this stream because I wasn't going to talk as much, except now I won't shut up.
It seems a little strange that there are only 4 people in the entire cast and crew.
A good stage director doesn't cast herself, but I understand Persephone.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, how
I was
actually?
this happy girl, and one day I fell into this vast sadness.
You are not
I got out of
special.
it. But just like Persephone,
You are
I know
not
it will come back to
special.
me, even on my best days.
Girl,
I
that's the
definitely
depression.
see You have a personal.
That is just
connection with
depression.
Persephone. But what happens if there's a problem during the performance and
I don't know.
you're all on stage?
I don't like to think about that.
Okay. You know what?
Why?
Honestly, if she had said, instead of, like, my interest is ancient Greeks, if she had been like, if she had said that instead, like, I have a really intense connection to Persephone, I would have been like, girl, I feel you. Yeah, your Achilles' whole everything is very interesting. I say this as someone who has still not yet read Song of Achilles because I didn't feel like it. Maybe one day. But I can't believe I've never actually finished the Iliad. That's embarrassing for me. I should get on that. I read the Odyssey, but, like, I never got around to finishing the Iliad because I only read part of it for school. And I think I read part of the Aeneid because it is on my shelf, but only, like, the first fourth of it. I know the Aeneid is different, but, like, you know what I mean. But yeah. Sorry, I'm, like, very distracted. I'm so ahead of you, I read the whole thing and forgot it. Song of Achilles is kind of meandering and slow. That's fair. I've said this before. I'm very particular about Greek mythology, and it's hard to explain to people because I do absolutely believe that, like, there's no real point in, like, being like, that's not, like, accurate, because that's not really how it works. Like, one of the things that interests me the most is the different cults and how it changed how gods were worshipped in different areas. Like Aphrodite in one coastal city-state she was actually worshipped as a sea goddess and like a goddess of like travel opposed to like romance or sex. So I'm fully aware that like I think different interpretations are completely valid, but that doesn't mean they won't like piss me off. And I get very specific about them sometimes. So like there's some that I just like I refuse to interact with for my own weird brain deal. So that's one of the reasons I haven't. I think I actually own Circe. I haven't actually opened Circe. It was one of the reasons I actually stayed away from Hades Town for a very long time because I was very nervous I wasn't going to like it. And also for the other reason is Orpheus and Eurydice is a story that makes me very upset. As a tragedy lover, it just makes me very upset. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I'm glad I did because I do love Hades Town. But it took me, I had to like go in slow to pace myself. Orphic Hymns Ensemble presents Persephone in Winter, What Evil Sleeps in Four Red Seeds. 1 week only, presented in association with the Life in Ancient Greece exhibit. Contact Phidias Culture Center, box office for show. Why is this in English?
Locked.
Are we gonna steal it? Are we gonna steal this later? What? Again, we're reaching a situation where I'm like, why is this all in English? Why is there no Greek? Hello, Nikki. Welcome. I also love the Hades game. And I also love soft epilogues. That's a thing. Thank you, Stucky, for that quote. Oh, did we break something? You broke something. What the fuck did you do? Girl, hello? What the fuck? Well?
What's going on?
I was freehand tracing.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to understand the detail work, so I put thin paper on the glass, leaned in close,
You're not supposed to
and-
touch the glass
Too
either.
much weight on the glass?
Please don't tell anyone I broke the
That
case.
was some thin
Sounds
fucking
like it was an
glass.
honest mistake. I'm sure you have nothing to worry about.
Does that say Aphrodite of Chalice?
Do you know me?
Of
Not yet. I'm Nancy.
Chalcis? I
Niobe.
should focus.
I'm the reason we can't have nice things.
I'm the reason we
cultural
can't have nice
You're in the
things.
play, right?
Help.
I'm Demeter.
That's a very funny thing to say. Oh my god.
You seem focused. Am I interrupting?
Yes, thank you though. I need a break.
Aren't you excited for opening night?
No. No and no. Nope.
Are you nervous?
Nervous when I sleep. Terrified
I don't
when
know
I'm
why
awake.
they didn't
I'm
hire
so relieved we've only got the one show.
Just one?
actors.
That's nothing.
You should leave.
What?
Also, I don't know if I love this
Why?
eye makeup. Maybe if it had like a wing, like an eyeliner,
I know how
some
it
eyeliner, but it's
No.
very green and it
Branding
doesn't
is
match your
different.
outfit.
More frightening. Less predictable.
Are you...
Late? Yes. I have to go.
I didn't get to ask you my other question. Okay. We have a male torso in the contrapposto stance. Awesome. Head of Poseidon. Really good. Statue of Nike, winged victory. I have to cough. Aphrodite of Chalcis. I was correct there. A hoplite armor. Chalcidian helmet. Breastplate. Greaves. Nemean lion slain by Hercules. Earlier you said Heracles. Make a decision in the first of his 12 trials. Temple 1, Temple 2, Temple 3. Create your own temple. Why would I do that? Oh no. Among all the other copy-pasted temples. Sure, I don't know. Capitals. Oh, I'm forced to choose what kind of pillars I want. Sure, why not? Freeze. I don't know why we're doing this. I don't know. I'm not sure if this will come up later. Oh, she's just gonna hang out in front? That's so funny. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 5. Not a great selection, my guys. Not an awesome job. Here, Athena, you can have this one. Oh, wait, you print it? What is this? We'll find it out later. Whatever. Who cares? Pottery. Hell yeah. Anything to click on? No. No way they're just leaving shit out like this, right? No way. No way. This seems dangerous. Oh. Nancy does look like she was straight up trying to steal it. Ancient Greek coins. Greeks began using coins, initially one-sided lumps of gold or silver, around 650 BCE. As coining techniques improved, coins evolved into circular stamped pieces with images on either side. Greece's independently run polis. My narrator said it really weird the other week, so now it's hurting my brain. Polis, or city-states, issued their own currencies. These coins were typically stamped with the image of a ruler on one side and a civic symbol representing their polis. Oh, yeah. Okay, polis. Police? Maybe. I just remember looking it up, and the narrator was, like, technically right, so I left it. And now my brain is like a melted something. Can you tell I've been sick? Representing their polis on the other. Modern coins around the world continue to use this design style. Ancient Greek jewelry. Jewelry was a status symbol in ancient Greece, typically only worn by the upper class. With the high level of craftsmanship behind each piece, jewelry became family heirlooms passed down through generations. Gold was the most popular metal to work with, as it was easily malleable, and tarnished little over time. Popular gemstones to work into pieces include amethysts, garnets, emeralds, and pearls. Gold leaf crowns were generally only used in religious rites due to the fragile nature of the thin gold leaves. So, odds of us stealing shit from the museum feel pretty high. Nancy, welcome to Greece. Come find me in my office and I'll give you the drachma tour. If I'm not in, show yourself around and introduce yourself to the theater troupe. While we're working to get the show up, they'll be getting ready for a show of their own. I'll be taking care of relations between the troupe and the museum, but it never hurts to make some new friends. The exhibit will go down in history as one of the finest explorations of Greek culture. I couldn't think of anyone better to help me make it happen. Since we don't have a doormat, you'll find the key to the office with Nike. Why? For today, make sure the vase display is properly labeled, create the temple images for the architecture display, get the tickets assigned for tonight's performance. What? Why am I here again? Why am I here? Who invited me? I mean, Melina invited me, but why? I have no notes. I wasn't paying enough attention. Oh, my diary. Frank and Joe will be able to help me. I'm here to help the museum director, Melina Rossi, with the Life in Ancient Greek exhibit. The museum has lost some staff recently, and I've been asked to step in and help Melina put the finishing touches on the exhibit. So if we are going based on previous Nancy Drew games, which include the one where she helped out in a Maya museum exhibit, I think just because, I can't remember for that one. And then the ancient Egypt one where, again, I think she was just on there as an intern. I think they're kind of implying that Nancy, like, is some kind of, like, museum, archaeology, anthropology, classics student, and not student really, she's like 18 and not in college, but like that's her area. I think that's what they keep implying. At least that's what they've implied with a few of these games. Interesting. Okay. I mean, that's fine, just kind of weird. As you no doubt know now, there's been a change in plans. I'm doing my best to track down the missing pieces as quickly as possible. Hopefully what we're looking at is a simple shipping error. I've already contacted the local authorities to open an investigation. All staff and members of the troupe consented to searches and interviews. The theater troupe may come to you with access requests. The members of the troupe have been put through the same screening process you and I have, so they are more than welcome to any resources they need. On the off chance you do see anything out of the ordinary, give me a call until I can rule out the Until I can rule out the shipping error, we're not pointing fingers in any direction, but still keep an eye out for any red flags. I'll do my best to return quickly, but until I do, it's up to you to keep the wheels from flying off the wagon and get the exhibit ready for opening night. Make use of my office, and to catch up on any information related to our exhibits or processes. No fucking way would some rando be allowed to set up an exhibit for the first time. No fucking way is this rando with no credentials setting up an exhibit for opening night. Yeah, she's an archaeologist. I mean, isn't Indiana Jones technically also a professor? That doesn't mean he's, like, better. Him and Leighton are arguably much more of archaeologists than Nancy. Today, Greek statues from antiquity are known for their classical marble look, but when the sculptures were originally displayed 2,000 years ago, they were anything but white. Carved marble of all kinds, including sculptures and temples, was painted in bright colors and patterns. Though the colors are now faded or visibly disappeared, researchers are sometimes able to determine the original paint colors and designs using ultraviolet lights, infrared, and X-ray spectroscopy tests. The reproductions here offer a glimpse at the vivid world of ancient Greece. I feel like I've heard mixed things. I do know that they used to be painted, but the actual colors, I feel like I've heard mixed things on if they were actually that vibrant, or if we had, if we're like seeing like because there's multiple like layers of paint. But I can't remember enough to like tell you anything more about that, and I'm not about to stop this to like pull up Joster, you know? Can I not? There we go.
This could be helpful.
Taking a picture. Temple architecture. Because what I heard about paint might have also come from like Tumblr, and I don't. When on earth should you trust Tumblr about this sort of stuff? Pediment, cornice, frieze, architecture, architrave, abacus, acanthus, Corinth capital, Ionic capital, volute, metope, Doric capital, stylobate. Research designs for agora/city center, original political space, or later marketplace feel, home, portico, porch for exterior, peristyle, decorated inner courtyard, plinth strong enough to support full weight of sculptures placed on them. That's not really a temple sketch. It's just kind of notes. Just kind of notes.
Looks like the temple is already designed.
Oh.
We just have to build it.
Lofty site to honor the hunt. Okay. I think it's this one, but let me just... Oh. Lofty. Colorful panoramic band. Animals above the cornice. Animals above the cornice. Old tool, ornamentation, double hall. Okay, let's see if I can figure this out. Would this be double hall? Sure. Why can't you guys just be like, it's this? Okay, guess I did it. Great.
Next temple.
For to end. Square abacus, bustling agora. Well, it wouldn't be a puzzle if it just said it's this. You're right. You know what? You're right. You're right. For end to end. For to end. What? Oh. For. Square abacus. Okay, yeah. There's only 3, right? Yeah, there's only 3. Abstract gable. Musical dedication. Abstract gable. What the hell does that mean? That's what it means. Musical dedication. I think it's this. Great. Does that say Printatron 2300? Okay. Oh, fuck. Also, this is a lame-ass... let's be real. This is a lame-ass museum exhibit.
Building temples is easy when Nancy Stonemason Drew is on the case.
Okay, Acanthus leaves. Can I start here? LOL, you can. That's so funny. Just floating. Twice as many columns on sides as ends. Six. 12. Water view for wisdom. Ooh, Poseidon and Athena. Persebeth joke here. Sculptured mortals on all levels. Okay. Is that technically mortals? That's technically mortals, I think. Should have been paying attention. Well, I can't say that was the greatest puzzle of all time, but we sure fucking did it, didn't we?
Did that. Can't check that. Still have to do that. Did that. That's done.
Great. I don't think I've learned about these enough to label them yet. It's not letting me label them yet. All right, office. Oh. Oh, I guess I just can't, like, access. Ah. Invoice from Gallery Classical External Loans Department. Piraeus in Greece, shipped for 714, received 714 for Melina Rosie. A hoplite breastplate, metal and leather straps, hoplite greaves set left and right, classical helmets, chalcedonian jewelry set and travel box, gold necklace and earrings. Thank you. Great. Okay. Sorry, I'm making sure I've clicked everything in here before I do anything else. Like, Life in Ancient Greek exhibit seems like it should just be, like, pretty standard in a museum in Greece, you know? Hello? Hello?
Nancy, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to meet you in person.
Oh, that's okay. Is something wrong?
Yes, something is very wrong. Some of our exhibit pieces have gone missing.
Are they lost or...
Stolen. I don't know. And frankly, it doesn't matter. The pieces in question, they're worth millions. If I can't recover them, our doors are as good as closed.
I'm here for you. Anything you need.
Oh, thank you. A lifetime of thank yous. I still need you to do the job we brought you on for, and you'll find everything you need for that in the office.
Okay.
But more importantly, I need you to be my eyes and ears.
Does that mean you think we're dealing with theft?
I really hope not, but we can't rule that out.
Oh, okay.
But you're worried.
I am.
Okay, why's that?
The pieces we lost never arrived. They were on the shipping invoice, but they were not in the crate.
Is that common?
It could be a simple mistake, or it could be someone changed the invoice to buy enough time to smuggle the jewelry out. I'm tracking down both possibilities. That's why I need you here.
You got it.
I'm following the paper trail now, and with luck, I'll find the error and be back tomorrow.
You worry about that. I'll take care of the museum.
Great. You'll find everything you need in the office.
Do you suspect that anyone in the cast took the missing jewelry?
We did at first.
But then?
The police came in, interviewed everyone, and the cast was very cooperative.
That's good at least.
Maybe.
Maybe?
They all consented to having their cars and hotels searched. The police reviewed all of the security footage and came to the conclusion that no one in the cast snuck anything out of the museum.
But you doubt this.
For all intents and purposes, they're cleared, but it just doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Nothing just disappears.
I should tell you, Niobe...
Sorry, I'm
broke
gonna
one of the
snitch.
necklace
I'm
display
sorry.
cases.
What?
Well, she said she was trying to trace the detail work and put too much pressure on the glass.
Is everything still there?
I think so.
Well, thank Zeus for that. How did she react when you talked to her about it?
She was really upset. She actually asked me not to tell you.
Like no one would notice. These things do happen. Keep an eye on her. Mistakes happen, but a series of mistakes don't.
Got it. you go.
Goodbye.
Okay. Okay. It's locked. It's not locked, but we can't do shit to it yet. Okay. Awesome. Love that she's just letting me go through her shit. Big old clock. Printer. Awesome. I have to fucking work a printer later. What I've always wanted.
The password must be around here somewhere.
Great. Oh, that's for my phone. Okay. Oh, exhibit summary, Out of the Ashes. I am proud to announce that the Out of the Ashes exhibit closed successfully. This exhibit marks the first time the PCC has worked with outside organizations to mount a single on-site experience. Highlights. We outsold our highest admission day total by over 75%. We sold enough yearly passes within a 7-day period to account for 15% of our annual operating budget. Holy shit. Exit surveys demonstrate a high level of guest satisfaction with the exhibit, with most participants rating the experience as favorable or memorable. Partnerships formed with the exhibit will continue to be our lifeline during these uncertain economic times. Great. Critical issues. Out of the Ashes has taken a large toll of our yearly budget. Posting record attendee levels is great news, but it was not enough to cover the cost of an expensive joint venture. The project was seen as an investment from the start, and it is important to keep that fact in mind. Partnerships are our single most important resource today and moving forward. Our current collection is remarkable, but is unfortunately not a large draw. To thrive, we must find new partners interested in using our space and sharing our resources. Stage update. As many of you know, I have been in contact with the Pinakes? I don't know. Group about a possible update to our stage area. Pinakes approached me earlier in the year, hoping to use our stage as a demonstration site for their newest venture. Pinakes' mission is to modernize our historical stage with state-of-the-art technology. Oh, well, that would explain the really good tech. The resistance to this idea elsewhere in the country is working in our favor. We've been cleared to improve the stage area and will be able to make use of this company's services. Now, the good news, was that bad news? Pinakes will provide their services free of charge, payment deferred via charitable gift to be exact. In exchange, we will allow the company to host demonstrations no more than once a month, and will also allow the company to feature our location in the literature and advertising. Given the difficulty we have drawing a crowd, this is too good a deal to pass on. I propose a meeting to finalize the deal and work out any profit-sharing agreements. Breaking ground, we are pleased to announce that the renovation of the stage has begun. It is scheduled for completion in advance of next year's spring exhibit. If there has ever been a time to go in all in on an exhibit, it's now. We'll be meeting to discuss possible exhibit themes with partners, as well as searching for an appropriate play for our opening week. Cool. Is this someone's cosplay? I think this is someone's Sunny June cosplay. And their Kringle chocolate iPhone case. That's so funny. Oh my god, that is so funny. Congrats to that kid. That's so funny. From board at pccenter.com to Melina, subject theater group. It has come to my attention you'll be needing a theater group for opening of your next exhibit. Look no further. I've got you covered. Thanks for the offer, but I want this show to be perfect. I'll be scouting talent next month in London and New York. It's a theater in Greece. Just use local actors. About that, sorry, we don't have the budget. I should have been clear in my first email, but I was hoping to frame it in a positive manner. I found our theater group. I have a friend who owes me a favor. Landing this group is a major coup, I promise you. I know you wanted to make this decision, so please trust me when I say I would never have made the call if it wasn't an absolute requirement. I can't say I'm not disappointed, but I understand. Please honestly tell me they're good. They're the best they're the best money can buy. Our tiny pile of money. Your theater group has arrived and has begun rehearsals. Interesting choice. I've secured the final piece for the exhibit as requested. The final list of borrowed items and length of loan terms is below. Metropolitan Museum of Classical Art, 6 pieces, vases and coins, loaned through September. National Archaeological Museum of Athens, 1 vase, loaned through August. Wallachia Stroud Museum, 8 pieces, coins and jewelry, loaned through October. Ilia Open, 2 pieces from Everyday Life and Grecian Gold, loaned through December. Costas Bezos Galleries, 3 statuary pieces, 2 figures, and 1 animal loaned through November. Gallery Classical, 4 pieces, including armor yet to be shipped, loaned through October. State Museum of Fine Arts, 4 pieces from the Golden Age, loaned through September. As an update, the obelisk coins from the bottom row of the coin display are still stuck in customs. Since they won't arrive in time for the opening night gala, I've placed obelisk replicas, oh god, in this display for the interim. Oh my god. So many papers. Okay. Phidias Cultural Center, new hire notes. In conjunction with generous loans from private owners and museums, the Phidias Cultural Center, PCC, will be hosting an exhibit of art and artifacts titled Life in Ancient Greece. The mounting and exhibition of the collection will be carried out under the auspices of the PCC, with expert support provided by donors or commissioned as conditions dictate. Loan manager. As museum curator, Melina will take a leadership position. This role is non-transferable as of insurance finalization due to the cultural and economic value of the exhibition. The insuring of the show will be a joint venture carried out in conjunction with the Bank of Switzerland, the Greek Antiquities Co-op, and the PCC Donor Association. Support staff. The PCC has budgeted for a full-time support staff for the preparation and duration of the exhibition. Staff will be trained on-site during the period leading up to the opening of the exhibition. Support staff will assist with shipment arrivals, documentation, and setup. Transport. The transport team will oversee the entire process of collecting, securing, and ensuring... Geez, my headphones. Each exhibit piece from point to point. The transport lead, Melina Rossi, will coordinate with local and international authorities to ensure all exhibit pieces clear community and common transit. All additional resources may be necessary for any pieces originating from outside the EU. Critical notes, a number of pieces, a list will be provided when relevant, will be given an official provenance examination at the behest of the owner of the piece. It is critical that a clear chain of ownership is maintained throughout the entire exhibit. Security measures have been put in place and to ensure no piece is left unattended. Woo! Alright, no password. These are, I'm not going to read all these. These are just items that were received. Sorry, I'm trying to figure shit out now. Figure out the computer password. Yeah, like, yeah, girl, how?
Can't check. Still have to do that.
So I've snooped enough in her office. Not turn around. Can I call her?
How are things going?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I can't even ask her for her password. You should be allowed to call and ask for a password. That's my hot take. I should be allowed to call if I think, oh, I should call her. Who are you? If I think, oh, I can call her, I should be allowed to then just get the password. Okay, I guess we're going out here.
I have a favor.
Can you help me get a closer look at some of the locked up pieces?
Okay, I'll ask.
Thanks.
Do you know much about Greek mythology?
Here, take this, you'll love the myths. They're full of the most amazing insanity. I'm glad we don't live in that world, for the most part.
Oh god. Oh, it doesn't have a cover anymore. LOL. I was gonna say, I think one of my books actually has that exact cover, but I think it is also, it's so beat up because I got it secondhand. I think this is like from the 70s. But I think it at one point had the exact same cover. Greek mythology. Y'all ready for a basic ass Greek mythology lecture? Part 2? I am. Mount Olympus, the highest mountain in northern Greece, was the mythological home of the Olympians. Petty and spiteful but possessing divine power, the gods and goddesses reigned supreme over mankind. After the fall of the ancient world, the mythos was suppressed for nearly 1,000 years. Renaissance artists heralded the rebirth of the Olympians, who have remained a popular subject matter ever since. You're telling us. Zeus, king of the gods. I hate this font. This font. I think it's because it's within the designs. Yeah. Roman, Jupiter. Temperamental, rash, and tyrannical in nature, Zeus ruled from his throne at Olympus with thunderbolts in hand and an eagle eye his side. He was married to Hera, but numerous myths center on Zeus's seduction of other women, both goddesses and mortals. I actually can't believe they brought that up. Though disloyal to his wife and mistresses, he honored his family and numerous offspring. Okay. He was also responsible for the weather, which reflected his current mood. The Olympics were held annually in his honor. Hera, queen of the gods, Roman, Juno. Hera, as Zeus's wife, was queen of the gods and also the goddess of marriage and childbirth. Hera was often associated with a cow, representing the motherly, nurturing aspect of childbirth, as we know. She was extremely jealous of Zeus's philandering ways, keeping tabs on her husband and persecuting his mistresses and their children with Zeus. It is said that she placed the 100 eyes of Argus onto the tail feathers of a peacock to help her keep watch. Despite their difficulties, the two gods remained married, symbolizing the strength and importance of marriage in the ancient Greek world. They're doing great. Oh god, Aphrodite, this one sucks for you. I'm sorry. Aphrodite. Goddess of love, Roman, Venus. Aphrodite was one of the most widely worshipped goddesses. She led women into adultery on a chariot drawn by doves. Sorry, there was something about that wording. But also encouraged faithfulness and chastity. There are two variations on... Sorry, I was trying to read for it. I was like, are they going to mention, like... They don't actually mention, like, the actual myth for the sea foam stuff, but it's fine. That might be too much for Nancy Drew. There are two variations on Aphrodite's birth. In one, she is the personification of physical love as the daughter of Zeus and the nymph Dione? I don't know. In the other, she is the personification of sacred love, arising fully grown out of the sea, daughter of the defeated Uranus. Okay. Images of each aspect make up two of the most famous pieces of art in the world. Alexandros of Antioch's Venus del Milo and Botticelli's Birth to Venus. Fucked up that first one, got the second one. Have I seen that one? I have to have seen that one. Right? Let me look it up real quick. Alexandros of Antioch Venus. I might just not know the name. De Milo. Oh! It's a sculpture. Yeah. No, I have seen this. This is the sculpture of Aphrodite with no arms. I just didn't know that was the name of it. And also, the thing if you don't know, just like, because like the people I know in chat know Greek mythology, the a rising fully grown out of the sea, daughter of the defeated Uranus. Yeah, it's like his cut off testicles. That's what yeah. Apollo, god of life. Light, not life. Killing it. Roman, Apollo. Cool. Apollo is the god of the sun, patron of the fine arts and music, and the younger twin brother to Artemis. One myth states he escaped the island Delos, also pronounced Thelos, by turning into a dolphin and swimming back to the mainland. The temple at Delphi was dedicated to Apollo, where it is believed that he spoke through his sacred oracle, the Pythia, or Pythia. A figure of great beauty, Apollo was often depicted with a 7-stringed lyre in his hands. Nevertheless, he was unlucky in love and never married. That is one way to word it. Yeah, a lot of stuff came out of that junk, but that's just how it is in mythology. Ares, god of war, Roman, Mars. Ares was one of the least popular Olympians among both the Greeks and the immortals. That seems like a stretch. That I have no idea if that's true, but that seems like such a wide generalization that it doesn't ring true to me. You know? It might be, but like, I'd love to see your source on that, Nancy Drew. Neither of whom relished the idea of war and violence for which he stood. He was typically depicted in armor with a helmet and shield, holding a spear or sword. Magpies and vultures were sacred to him, and he was followed by his attendants, discord, strife, and panic. My question is, what is this order? Zeus, Hera, Aphrodite, Apollo, Ares. So did they start with Zeus and Hera because it's king and queen and then switch to... Oh, they might have. Then they might have switched to alphabetical. Oh, I think they used Ares as like their barbaric savages versus our righteous Athenian generals. No, I think you're right. I do think you're right. Because I was going to say, I don't think this is necessarily true. I guess it makes sense that they'd start with these two and then go alphabetical, but weird. Strange that like, usually you would put the twins together, but I guess if it's alphabetical, guess not. Artemis, goddess of the hunt. Roman, Diana, a virgin goddess and older... Sorry, it's really weird to see the word virgin in a Nancy Drew game. A virgin goddess and the older twin sister of Apollo, Artemis watched over women and childbirth and was associated with the moon. She preferred the wilderness to cities and actively avoided the company of man. Hell yeah, girl. Her main temple at Ephesus in Asia Minor was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Typically portrayed with her bow and arrow in hand, she also was frequently accompanied by her hounds or her stag deer. Cool. Athena, goddess of wisdom. Roman, Minerva, the patron goddess of Athens. Athena is said to have given the gift of the olive tree to Greece. Athena sprang fully grown from Zeus's head. Not going to go into that more, I guess. And at times was even allowed to wield his thunderbolts. In her golden helmet, with her owl by her side, she watched over the military and was a protector of heroes. More like just some of them. She was also a patron of the creative arts, including spinning and weaving. Demeter, goddess of the harvest. Roman, Ceres. No. Ceres. No. I don't know how to say this. I'm so tired. Being sick for the past 2 weeks has messed with my brain. Demeter was the goddess of corn and harvest, agriculture, and country life, and was the central figure in the myth which explained the seasons. Also identified with Rhea, Gaia, and Egypt's Isis, Demeter was usually depicted wearing a crown made from ears of corn with a lightened torch or cornucopia in one hand and a poppy in the other. Though a member of the Olympian Parthenon, she preferred to stay on Earth. The Eleusinian mysteries honored Demeter's gift of agriculture and were the most important religious celebrations in ancient Greece. Dionysus, god of wine, Roman, Bacchus, generally depicted as young and effeminate, with a thyrsus and wreath of ivy. Fuck. Dionysus was the only Olympian to have a mortal mother. What? Have a mortal mother. One sec. Okay, yeah. I was like, wait, I have to check something because I couldn't remember something. And also, only sometimes. Dionysus has a lot of creation myths. In addition to wine, he was the patron god of theater and taught crop cultivation and beekeeping to mortals. Dionysus was seen as benevolent, lighthearted, and sympathetic, and rewarded his followers lavishly. Dionysus is predominantly faithful to his wife Ariadne. My brain is actively shutting down as we're reading this book. I'm sorry. An uncommon trait among the Olympians. Hades, god of the underworld, Roman Pluto in the ancient Greece, the underworld consisted not only of the dead, but everything underground, including valuable gems and minerals. Hades ruled over it all, tending to remain within his realm. He was not very involved in the other Olympians or mortals. Hades was portrayed as an unattractive god, cold and merciless, and unable to woo any goddess to become his queen. This led to the abduction of Persephone. Depending on the mythos, it was either Hades or Hephaestus who occupied one of the thrones at Mount Olympus. Hephaestus, god of fire and forge. Roman Vulcan. Oh my god. The only Olympian who was ugly. Yikes, I'm not reading that. The only Olympian who was... You literally just said that Hades was unattractive. I guess he's not technically an Olympian sometimes. What a terrible way to start this paragraph. Fuck that shit. Hephaestus created unparalleled metalwork for the gods, including Hades' helmet of invisibility and Zeus's lightning bolts. Zeus promised Hephaestus any goddess to take as a wife. When Hephaestus' first choice, Athena, refused, he wed Aphrodite, but it was not a happy match. Aphrodite carried out a blatant affair with Ares. Hephaestus was usually depicted working at his forge with his hammer raised overhead. Hermes, Lin-Manuel Miranda himself, god of commerce and thieves. Roman, Mercury. Hermes was the messenger of the gods and a well-known trickster. He also acted as a psychopomp, a conductor of dead souls to the underworld. Love it. On the day he was born, he invented the lyre, which he later gave to Apollo. Big day. In return, Apollo gave Hermes a special staff, and the two became best friends. That's such a funny way to word it. The staff with its winged top and two snakes entwined was known as a catechus. I don't know why this one is... I don't know why this one is abandoning me for pronunciation. Caduceus. Caduceus?
Caduceus.
Yeah, Caduceus. There we go. Hermes was generally depicted carrying his caduceus and wearing a short cape, winged cap, and winged sandals. And it doesn't look like our Hermes has any of that. Hestia. Goddess of the hearth. Roman. Vesta, the eldest of the Pantheon's original Olympians. Hestia gave her throne to Dionysus to keep the peace. Sometimes. This is just one that we've kind of decided. This isn't 100% confirmed, because that's not how Greek mythology works. There was no central fixture in the religion, like a central there's no like sacred texts or anything. So, like, we kind of assume that Hestia and Dionysus, like, that's something we've kind of, to some extent, decided. But it's not always... Whatever, no one cares. She remained on Mount Olympus, tending the heart at the palace. She was the only Olympian who did not become involved in any wars or disputes, earning the respect of her fellow gods and goddesses. Wooed by Poseidon and Apollo, Hestia turned down both. Thank God. You don't want to date either of them, girl. Vowing to remain a virgin instead. She was typically depicted holding a flowered branch or kettle. We love to see it. Now we're going to skip a bunch of letters of the alphabet. Poseidon, god of the sea. I love how we started out with like very basic textures, and then this is straight up waves. Roman, Neptune. Poseidon was portrayed as a dark, dangerous god, reflective of the difficulties of sea travel. With control over not only the sea, but all waterways, he had more power than any god except Zeus. Typically seen in a shell chariot carrying his trident, Poseidon is said to have created the first horse. He fought frequently with the other gods, most notably when he vied unsuccessfully against Athena for the patronage of Athens. Weehaw. We were in a conversation?
Goodbye.
Sorry, girl. We were just standing there reading a book for a long period of time.
What is it?
I'll let you go.
Bye.
I gotta find a password somewhere. I'm so out of it.
Can you do me a favor?
Sure, what do you need?
Naomi wants to make a high-resolution image of the items in the coin display.
What for?
She has this montage plan for when Demeter is bargaining with Hermes. She'll offer him money, jewels, none of which will work, obviously, but we wanted to project the image.
Okay, how can I help?
See if your boss will let us get a closer look. Obviously, we'll follow protocol to the letter.
It seems like a lot of work went into production. Why only one show?
One show? Who said that?
Niobe.
Poor Niobe. I bet she wishes it was just one. She's so scared, all she sees is opening night. We're here the whole week.
I'll let you go.
Talk to you later.
Do you know the password? Hell yeah. Persephone in the Winter production cast by Xenia Dukas. Oh, production cast: Persephone, Xenia, Demeter, Niobe, Hades, Thanos, Hermes, Grigor. Production notes: the current production must take advantage of the theater's recent remodel. State-of-the-art revolve stage allows the entire sets to fly up, replacing the central stage edifice via hydraulic lifts. To promote the stage's unique abilities, Pinnake's, I think I said, design has been contracted to construct each set well in advance of the production. Performers will receive... I just dropped my drink. Luckily it's in a bottle and closed. Foolish of me. Performers will receive safety briefings by Pinnake's staff. The dangers presented by the elaborate set must be evaluated with every blocking and cue change. Great. Persephone in winter will follow Persephone's descent into Hades. Each set will represent a different stage of her journey. Oh! Are we reading the whole thing? Oh, no, just a little bit. What does it say? The primary stage will serve as Olympus as well as the Narcissus flower meadow of her capture. Scene 1. Text projection. Music cue. Fanfare. From atop Mount Olympus, Zeus presides over the lives of gods and mortals alike. Deep below Greece, Hades, king of the dead. Why is this so tilted? Why is this font so not in a line? Deep below Greece, Hades, king of the dead, waits for his queen alone in the land of the dead. Xenia, I have some, I have some editorial notes. I know you open soon, but would you mind if I, made some changes? See your script. Persephone, daughter of harvest, goddess Demeter knows nothing... Persephone, daughter of harvest goddess Demeter, there we go, knows nothing of what's to come. Hades stalks in rage. Hades, Zeus, you're not wise to make me wait. You may rule these men and women in that brief moment of life, but I rule all that you have lost, and one day perhaps I will be your king. Give me a queen. Hades drops through lift, lights on up. Lights up on. Fuck. Spot on Hermes perched rakishly on an altar. Is this some romance novel? Hermes will be encouraged to work the crowd, establishing himself not only as the messenger of the gods, but also a modern guide for those unfamiliar with the stories of Olympus. Wow, I wonder what other things do that. The framework of the crowd work is as follows. Hermes. I need to cough. Cool. Want to know a secret? Are the seats packed with the dead? Should I line you up and punt you down into the land of the dead? Well, do you want to know a secret? Continue until there is a solid audience reaction. Oh, great. Improv. So polite. Oh, I mustn't talk at the theater. Curses for all the gods. I've gone and broken the fourth wall. Oh, God. Sorry. Oh, God. But no bother. Your beloved real world is itself theater. You are used to pretend, used to believing what you want to believe. Project Olympus clouds. Maybe that's supposed to be like a stage direction, then you're gonna project the clouds on them. For the next 90 minutes, I will be telling you lies, and you will agree they are the truth. That's actually more or less what's printed on my business card. He produces a... Yeah, okay, so they didn't properly separate the actions and directions from the lines. I'm fine. He produces a card from his robe and reads, Hermes, messenger to the gods, certified liar, certified liar, founder and CEO of Olympic Scandal magazine, inventor of gossip. Ooh. I'll be handing these out after the show. Mercury keeps poaching my clients these days. Roman gods. Cheap knockoffs. Bacchus is a cool guy. The rest, forgeries of our greatness. Except no substitutions. Now, as I was saying, do you want to hear a secret? Oh, they were not fucking kidding about giving Hermes more lines. Jesus Christ. Audience continue until yes. I'm Hermes. I'm also the guide to the underworld. Hades, that old Greek soul closet. Little known fact about being dead. Death is very boring. Not much happens in Hades. It's just a lot of souls being dead in chairs. Being dead at breakfast. Dead souls just wandering about. That's the gist of it. I mean, every 4 years we have our own Olympics, but we've yet to fully figure out soul physics. Archimedes is doing his best, but we're still no closer to finding the pole vaulters. They just went, just gone. Quite floaty and dearly missed, like spice ships at sea. So, you must understand my interest was piqued when I discovered the underworld exploding with news. Curiosity, intrigue, a mysterious young woman was coming. So beautiful, so sad, so frightened, yet those were not the qualities that drew the land of the dead to watch her every move. No, what moved them was that this girl was alive. We're back on here? Oh my god, why are we still talking to this man? I have a tragic tale to tell. A story of 3 gods who conspired and fought over the fate of one lost girl. It's a story I've told before. Sometimes the maiden Persephone returns home, escapes from Hades unscathed. And sometimes the dark forces of the underworld prevail. Zeus, how does the story end? Cue thunder, strobe, lights out. Scene 2, lights up on Narcissus Field. Persephone enters, stops abruptly. Something is not right. Cain? Mintha? Enter Hades slowly on lift. Persephone is unaware of Hades. She continues to look for the nymphs. Spot on Hermes! Jesus Christ! Literally, it is a one-man play. I feel bad about this, I do. It is in fact my fault. Who speaks? Hermes. What news from Demeter? No, child, your mother did not send me. She is no doubt inventing a new shrub or what have you. Then why are you here? I have come to keep a promise. What have you promised? I'm sorry to say, you? But Hermes wasn't involved. If you're gonna say, like, another one of the gods was involved, it would have been Zeus. Hades is now fully extended. Yeah, Hermes has nothing to do with this. Like, Hermes does technically, in some versions, get involved in, like, the communication between, like, Demeter and Zeus and Hades and all that. But he's not involved at this point. Not in any versions I've read. That aren't just, like, somebody in modern day, like, in older retellings, Because there's so fucking many Hades and Persephone stories. I'm so fucking sick of it. Promised what of me? Your hand. Persephone sees Hades for the first time. She shrieks and tries to escape. No! Hades grabs Persephone around the waist. Let go of me. Be quiet. You will be my queen. You can have me when my spirit enters your kingdom, not before. You have no choice, my queen. Hermes, help! I'm afraid I can't. Hades and Persephone drop on lift. Tell my mother. Lights dim. Hermes is left alone on stage. Cue snow. Hermes. I suspect she knows. To cough again. Scene 3. Lights up on Demeter's field. Project grows frost. No, project growing frost. Fuck me. Demeter stands frozen in fear, hands twisting the hem of her gown. She faces out into the audience, seeing nothing. Hades now fully whoa. Sorry, I clicked I didn't know I could go back. Yep, this is the worst part of the job. I always forget that special relationship between reaping and sowing. Is there an irony in this moment? I heard what you said. I knew what you had done the moment he set his hands upon her. Bring her back to me. I'm afraid I can't. Bring her back to me. She's gone, Demeter. You knew the day was approaching for her to leave you for her husband. I will not lose her to the land of the dead. I'm afraid she's already lost. She has not been lost. She's been betrayed. Daughter, hear me, daughter. Transition to stick stage. Demeter remains standing on lift as Demeter's field stage drops and the stick stage flies from below. Safety harness, all hands check required. If any checks fail, call for standard scrim transition, drop curtain. Demeter and Persephone speak. It's as if they can almost hear each other. Mother? Where are you, Mother? Persephone, hear my voice. Mother? Are you near? I don't want to stay. I want to be home with you. I want the vineyard. I want the sun and the stars. Please, please help me. Hear my voice. Do not sleep. Do not sleep. I've never heard that one. Do not eat or drink. Do not accept this faith. Mother, if you can hear me, help. Don't leave me. Drop lift with Demeter as she delivers her final line. Persephone, do not give up. I will come for you. Keep your eyes fixed on life. Keep your heart full and your thoughts strong. Persephone and Hades are left alone at the banks of the river Styx. Your mother can hear you. She can, but there is nothing she can do to help you. Why are you doing this? I offer you a crown and great power. Jesus Christ, we really are reading the whole fucking play. A pittance compared to what you have stolen from me. Stolen? What good is a crown if I can never again walk through rain or taste the... diddled sun? The dye-tilled sun nodded in the vineyard? I don't know what that means. What good is a throne? I want the warmth of a hand of my own. I want a child to teach what I've been taught. I want the life you've stolen. It would have belonged to me soon enough. You have stolen my friends. I could bring them to you now. No! You will see them too, some soon. Some will remember you. Some will grow to forget who you were. You have stolen my mother. You will learn to forget her. I will never be your queen. You will. If you do not, I leave you alone with the dead until you beg me to bring you home. I've already lived beyond the count of years. I know how to wait. But tonight you will sit at my table. You will sit on your throne. I will not. You have no choice. I decide. You obey. Lights out. Scene 4. Mount Olympus. The foot of Zeus's throne reaches the stage. Hermes speaks toward Zeus, who is never seen. I'm gonna... This place sucks ass. I wonder if they expected us to actually read it. How are you not cold? Mimics comedian. It's cold, very chilly, pretty nippy indeed, my friend. The big Z is not feeling chatty, I see. Could that be because I convinced you to marry off Demeter's daughter and now she's destroying life as we know it? That's probably it. I hate it when you're angry. It makes swans even more untrustworthy. That's supposed to be untrustworthy, but it's untrustworthy, and also there's a space. Was that maybe supposed to be distilled? I don't know. Worthy than they already are. Cue thunder. This has a typo. There's a typo in this. Is it supposed to be in the script in real life? Or was this a writer typo? This says Hades. But this is Hermes talking. That gets less effective as time goes on, you know. See, what I'm just getting here is that you want me to fix the situation. Fine, call Hades. You are supposed to be Hades. Hades appears on lift. Hermes to audience. Some people say that death has a twisted sense of humor. I assure you, death has no sense of humor. Speak of the Greek analog of the devil, and the Greek analog of the devil appears. Oof, ouch. Yikes. It's not good. I don't know what to tell you. Shut it. I would love to shut it, but I need clarification on which it I must shut to make you happy. Shut your mouth or I'll shut you in an airless cell under the river's fire. There it is. Zeus. I'm afraid this one's on me, darling. The big guy is peeved. Have you noticed that you've been getting a bit more boat traffic these days? The harvest is always strong. You're about to run into some economics of scale issues. Speak plainly. Demeter has frozen the world. You're about to be swimming in corpses. I'm prepared. We're not. Not so much. I have taken my queen, the queen you gave to me. Whoa, whoa. Introduced, not gave. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it kind of does feel like the Marvel one-liners, doesn't it? Is there a difference? I guess it depends on the culture and the era. If one party is a nymph and the other party the second most powerful god, first of first, I rule all men. He rules only those who obey. I bring all men to their knees. I've always said that. I said that earlier. You are great, but you're giving back your queen one way or another. Zeus, listen, let's calm tensions. The god economy has not been great. We're not in the shape to have a god war here. Let's just be civil. Civility is a weakness in practice. Practice makes perfect. Sort it out with Demeter. Persephone is my queen, and so she will remain. Hades takes lift down. I'm left to deal with this. But I suppose this is more or less my fault. I'm having a me day. Project a green field, slowly leached of color. Demeter kneels by the narcissus flowers as if waiting for Persephone to return. Tears in her eyes, she mouths a silent prayer. Who is she praying to? Hermes enters. He drops to his knees behind her, placing a supportive hand on her back. Demeter, you have my sympathy. And you have mine, Hermes. She was here when he took her. Do you want to know how I know? Of course, my dear. The grass dies under my feet. Can you see the color drain from the hills? Can you hear the cracking of the leaves? The crunch of dead bones? The drum-tight skin of the soil gone cold? We all do. As do I. This is not my will. Persephone is safe. This I promise. The fruits and grasses, do you know how they came to be? They come in dreams. Each night I dream. I dream of being new and small, warm in the soil, wet with rain, slowly waking as the warm face of Helios fills my soul with restless joy. I begin to listen, moment by moment. I become aware of the unknown world above. I feel the wishes above the grass. The hare wishes for clover. Perhaps I will grow to be a clover. The man wishes for an olive tree to grow near his home. Oh, if I could be an olive tree, I would. And when I wake and step into the day, my dreams take root. It is not what I do, it is who I am. When Persephone was growing inside me, she joined me in my dreams. We grew together in the soil each night. In those dreams, I taught her how all things grow. Seed by seed, we'd grow strong into the sky together. And when I woke, she continued to dream. The night before she was born, she appeared as the girl I had yet to meet, and she took me by the hand. She led me toward a tree I had never seen before. It was small and wild, a spray green dotted with red bulbs. She plucked the strange new fruit for me. It was her creation. It was her gift to me. She's a very special young woman. I understand how much you must feel. Jesus Christ. You don't understand. Now again she's in my dreams. Only now she's slipping into death. We're not quiet seeds waiting to bloom. We're prisoners, clawing through stone. Every night I dream of digging down, tearing the very earth apart with my hands until the bones break, the skin rubs away, and I've bled all the blood left in me. And at last, when I break through, I reach down for her. I feel her fingers. Her reaching out as desperately as me, and I pull with every bit of strength I have. And when I wake, when I step out into the day, I see that I have only pulled more death into the world. I don't know how to make the dream stop. You have to let her go. These flowers don't die. All else dies, but not these flowers. That is how I know she was taken from me here. Until she returns, all life will frost and crumble, torn down to dry bone and rock. The wind will spit dust, but these flowers will never die. Think of Persephone. Is this what she would want? You have no right to speak of what she would want. Demeter, please think of all the living things. What if she is dreaming with me, but when she wakes, she finds that she has pulled more life into the underworld? If that is so, let all living things die so she will never be alone, never feel away from love, and when it is done, when it is all done, maybe I will be allowed to cross the burning river. Zeus will never allow you to carry out this plan. He has no control over me. He can be persuasive. How can he stop me if I can't stop myself? We will be reunited. In life or death, it makes no matter to me. Can you feel the chill? The white winds of Olympus's peaks are descending into the valleys below. The rivers raised with mud and ice. Hades has stolen my life. I will steal his death. Or bring her back. No, bring her back, or I swear I will. Tell me what I can do. Go to Hades. A bit rude, aren't we? See that Persephone does not eat. See that Persephone does not sleep. See that she does not eat. Demeter turns back to the flower and continues her prayer, rapidly speaking to the flower. You have my word. Lights dim. Spot on Hermes. All else is black. Yeah, it's on Hermes. Fuck. She doesn't have my word, but she is giving me an idea. But first, raise your hand if you've died before. Wait, they fucked up again. This says Hades. When it's... This section is just copy pasted into this. This section, this and this, it ends right here. It's slightly different. So I wonder if it's supposed to be implying, I mean, this is the production one, but instead of like writing in edits, they just like, I'm not gonna read this top part. She doesn't have my word, but she has given me an idea. But first, raise your hand if you've died before. No one, leave the house once in a while. I'll give you the short version. Being dead tends to be the very end of the line. The least common phrase in any language is, I died, but then. But the crux of this juncture is that fair maiden Persephone is not dead. She's seated in death's waiting room, but she's thumbing through death monthly. No, she's seated in death's waiting room. She's thumbing through death monthly, but she has yet to take the plunge into the great unbeing, so there is still hope for her and for us. Where hope resides, I'm not so certain. I'm gonna have to chorus this one. The chorus hasn't been a part this whole time. In ancient Greek plays, the chorus is like constantly there, and since this only has 4 actors, this means that the other 3 actors are the chorus. Please speak your search phrase clearly. The chorus is currently indexing the entirety of human thought and experience. Oh, God. Chorus, what's the best way to cheat death? Did you mean, what's the best way to meet Beth? Oh, boy. No, what is... Chorus index has found 2.6 Beths currently living near your location. Death, what is the best way to cheat death? I want to steal Hades' bride back from him. I want to steal Hades' bride back from him and returned 1 result. Would you like to hear this result? Yes. You may continue your content following this word from Delphic oracles. Doom, doom, a great quaking. The judgment of the gods falls upon you like shadow. Delphic oracles remind you that maybe it is a bad idea to kill the stranger you met on the road. You done? Cheating death, a beginner's guide. Do your worst. Please listen to all options before making a selection. If you wish to cheat death in a liar duel, say liar. If you wish to buy... If you wish to buy you way out of Hades, say coin. If you'd like to take advantage of vague loopholes, say law. Law, chapter 1. Lights out. Lights up on. Demeter continues her vigil. Jesus Christ, this play sucks. Why did they who on the writing staff was paid to write this? And why? Why did they do all this? Hades, what do you want? Coin? Gold? I will give it to you. If you only want a bride, I will find you one. Understand me, Hades. Understand me, Zeus. I will give you gladly all but what you have taken. It's like a mix of a phone tree and like Siri. And I don't know why. Lights dim. Lift, raise Hades and Persephone. Hades on throne set. Persephone in her queen costume. Her hands are folded in her lap. It is not yet revealed that she's chained to the throne. Look at her. Does her love not move you? Hers grief. Doesn't it reach into your chest and grip your heart? I hear every wail, garments rent, teeth gnashed, curses spit at my name. It will pass. My mother will never forget me. She will. And you will watch. You will see her forget you bit by bit until you are just a whisper. No. Persephone tries to stand. The chains snap her back down. Chains pull snap her back down. They should be cheerleaders. You're right. Nothing else changes except the fact that they are cheerleaders. You will sit until the years grind you from her thoughts, and only then will the chains binding you loose. And I promise you this, when you see your own mother forget your name, when you see her fill the world with life again, though she swore she never would, then you will know the weakness of the living. You will give thanks and praise to Hades that I have given you such power. Never! No, my queen, always. Hades exits. Persephone struggles against her restraints, eventually giving in to her sorrows. She weeps. Hermes sneaks into the throne room. He ascends the stairs, passes Persephone's throne. Persephone, lost in her thoughts, does not notice. Hermes. Don't leave a supplicant hanging, my queen. I'm nobody's queen. If that's true, you're in the wrong chair. Hermes inspects more closely. Chained to the wrong chair. I see. Have you come to mock me? I come bearing a gift. Hades. They kept mixing up Hades and Hermes. Hades hands her a pomegranate. That should be Hermes hands her a pomegranate. This is driving me nuts. I'm just gonna assume that Xenia is a shit writer. From your mother. This is too sickly. Her hand never touched this fruit. All right, I lied. You did come to mock me. You've put me in quite a terrible position. If you stay, your mother will destroy all living things, and if you leave, Hades will raise an army. If all is lost, let me die above. But not. All is not lost. Hermes hands her the pomegranate and whispers in her ear. Projector bridge, montage ending, on Olympus, drop, underworld stages. Okay, that was just weird spacing. Lights up. Olympus. Hades and Persephone stand before an unseen scene, Zeus hand in hand. Lightning strikes. Demeter collapses in tears. It is done. Say goodbye to your queen. Your mother, my queen, you will not see her again until the mountains fall. This is your choice, my darling. Greece awaits your decision. He hands her a pomegranate again? It'll decode. Now you have to decode every time they use Hades instead of Hermes to find the secret treasure. At least that'd be something, right? A gift from Zeus to the bride, the fruit she herself dreamed into the world. Blessed half by Demeter and half by Zeus, assured kind passage to the world above. Though Persephone will give up her life, she'll be spared the panicked fits of death. Hermes tears the feet open, handing it to Persephone. She'll eat 12 seeds, one for each month, and in her dreams she'll slip below, and in waking she finds herself as queen. Now, my queen, mother, forgive me. Please, please stop. It is done. Persephone drops through the lift, exits. The earth will freeze. Let it freeze. And in time, let it thaw. He holds out the pomegranate. What did you do? 4 seeds missing, and your bride crosses the river as we speak. End of Act 1? Thank God. What do you... Wait. Wait. This is 2 acts? For why? What's Act 2 about? You already got to the pomegranate eating. What the fuck? Well, did anyone have fun with that? Because Jesus Christ. I found out nothing. Like, I fucking guess. Jesus Christ. Okay, I have gotta have not clicked something for something. For the password. But I don't know what, so I might have to use a hint.
Hi.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, even though I'm a little bit tiring. Somewhere in the office, I need to unlock... So it's in the filing cabinet. Check in with Melina about needing a key.
Hello.
Talk to you later.
Oh.
Talk to you later.
You're not Melina. I'm a fool. I already called her, though, and it didn't give me any options. It didn't let me do shit.
Hi.
Oh.
Can I get a key to the coin display?
You'll need to open the filing cabinet first. The key to the filing cabinet is hidden inside the box with the animal figurines. Pair up the animals with the images so the animals and image pair represent the same god.
You got it.
Oh, okay, got it. So I needed
I
it.
need you to learn about provenance.
As in verifying
I needed
the authenticity of
the
art?
coin thing from
You're as sharp as they
Xenia
say.
first.
That's it.
Isn't that normally left to the experts?
Generally, yes, but if we're dealing with theft of any kind, I need you to become an expert.
No, you still need a real expert and not fucking Nancy Drew.
I'm flattered, but what makes you say that?
You will find that it's like solving a mystery, which I hear you're pretty good at home.
I'll do my best.
Proving provenance is a classic whodunit. You look at a vase or a painting and you follow the clues to see who done it. Who
I would not call... That's not how I consider provenance,
When you
but
put
that's
it that way,
fine.
I think I'm comfortable with the methodology.
Perfect. You'll find what you need on the computer. Niobe may be able to help you.
I'll let you go.
Goodbye.
There, under no circumstances should Nancy Drew... Sorry, I'm opening washi tape because I got bored. Be, doing provenance. She really shouldn't be. Like, especially since, like, it'd be one thing if it was mentioned that she was, like, studying, but we don't actually know that. And usually, even if you were a student, you would still have, like, a professor beside you, because this kind of, like, dating and, like, all that stuff has implications in how you how you study the items and the conclusions you can actually draw from them, and you can draw about society at the time, and dating them wrong can have like effects on like an entire field of study, like because everyone bases like they don't exist in a vacuum, right? So if one person gets it wrong, then hypothetically everyone could be getting them wrong because you're basing like the appearance of certain spellings of words on things and all that jazz. So what I'm saying is, people keep asking Nancy to do shit that she should not be allowed to do. Like, constantly. Like, there was that one where they were like, hey, Nancy, can you do some electrical engineering while you're here? Like, no, she can't. She really fucking can't be doing some electrical engineering while she's here.
The animals to the correct symbol.
I think that's an olive branch. See, the issue is me not fucking knowing what some of these fucking animals are. Like, is this a cow? Is this an eagle? Maybe. But then why would he be with a dolphin? Oh, I got it. It's fine. I did it. Are you kidding me? We needed a key to get a key? I hate this place. Yeah, I guess. God forbid women do anything. Messenger. Welcome, my dear expert in training. Your crash course begins now. We have 3 pieces you must verify provenance on. Start with the gold leaf necklace in the center of the coin display. You'll find more information in the provenance program. Complete the drop-down fields and attach an image of the object and submit your finding. Cast watch. I'm growing more certain pieces. No, I'm growing more certain the pieces I'm tracking down will be found. Engage the cast. Do not push too hard. Keep them in tank talking. I'm working on getting you some help, but I simply cannot get in contact with any of the former museum staff. Why not? Nancy, I completely forgot to tell you I have a courier coming for the tickets to tonight's show. Once you've assigned the first group seating, please drop the tickets in the mailbox outside the museum's front entrance. Any other tickets you assign will call tickets for the later performances and don't need to be printed out. Also, I'm going to be doing a lot of travel and might not always have time to explain everything. I'll send you what you need to know about the museum using this messenger. Please check in from time to time. Girl, what the hell? Oh, great. Ah, shit. God damn it. I need to go take a bunch of pictures.
Looks like I'll need a unique password to access the archives.
I was going to say dolphins should be Dionysus and thought the liar was Hermes, but I guess not. Yeah, literally. What?
Want to know a secret? Are the seats packed with the dead? Should I line you up and punch you down into the land of the dead? Well, do you want to know a secret? So polite. Oh, I mustn't talk in the theater. Curses for all the gods. I've gone and broken the 4th wall. But no bother. Your beloved real world is itself theater. You're used to pretend, used to believing what you want to believe.
Hello?
For the next 90 minutes, I will be telling you lies. And you will agree.
Why'd I even bother reading the
that's
script?
Actually more or less what's printed on my business card. Hermes, messenger to the gods, certified liar, founder and CEO of... Now, as I was saying, do you want to hear a secret? Yes. I'm also the Hades, the old little-known fact about being dead. Death is...
Okay, I want to just make sure nothing is in here that I need to know.
That's actually more. Hermes, founder, and I'll be handing these out after the show. Roman god, the rest. Now, as I was saying, yeah, Hades, the old little-known fact about being dead. Death is...
Yeah, he's not good!
What happens in Hades? It's just being dead at breakfast. I mean, every 4... But we've yet to... Archimedes is doing his best, but we're still no closer to finding the pole vaulters. They just... went just gone.
I think I read that line better than he did.
So you must understand my interest was piqued. Curiosity. Yet those were not the quality. What moved them so? I have a tragic tale to tell. A story of 3 gods who, it's a story I've told before, escapes from Hades. Zeus! You just want me to skip every...
You just want me to skip... Okay.
I was gonna say, It's on 9? I only have... I was gonna say, I don't know. The next one... Or the next speech? Oh, okay, let me find the next speech here. Which is in here somewhere. Hermes, there's a little speech. Oh, there it is. How are you not cold? The big Z. Could that be because I can... probably. I hate it when you're angry. Make swamp... Some people say that death has... Speak of the...
Shut it.
Speak of the Greek analog of the devil, and the Greek analog of the devil appears.
That line still sucks.
Shut it.
I would love to shut it, but...
He's really annoying. This the way they've written the character Hermes is the way the Hermes is written in this play is fucking annoying.
Have you know the hot? You're about to run into some...
Speak, play.
Demeter, you're about to be...
I am
weird.
I have taken...
Whoa. I guess it depends on the culture. And if one party is a...
It really is Marvel Cinematic Hermes. It really feels like... especially, like, I feel like some of these are very, like, Iron Man vibes. Except, like, oops, only Iron Man one-liners with, like, none of the good parts of the character, you know? Especially with the way some of them are being read, it feels like that. I know other Marvel characters do it, but I always think of Iron Man because, like, I think because Iron Man was so popular, they leaned into it.
Listen, we're not civil practice, I suppose, but
I'm just making sure there's nothing in there. What the hell?
Have my sympathy.
And you have mine, Hermes.
I just drove a train through that pause. People, come on.
I was trying to cry.
I just drove a train through there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna...
Why are they even recording these?
Throw it on her.
Way too much silence.
Okay,
just pick it up a little bit. Okay, pick it up a little bit. Start over. Hermes, you get to say it again.
Exactly my place.
Okay. Yeah, at least he kind of made it work. Like, this isn't...
You have my sympathy.
And you have mine, Hermes. She was here when he took her. Do you want to know how I know?
Of course, man.
Niobe doesn't seem to be killing this either. I think my cold read, actually, in comparison, kind of fucked. Fuck all these guys. I think I could kill it. Can I get hired? Someone hire me.
We all do.
As do I. This is not my will.
Go girl, give us nothing.
Is safe. This I promise.
The fruits and
Oh God.
You know how they came to be? They come in dreams.
Speak up a little bit more, Niobe.
She also spoke over him, but not in a way that...
Small, warm in the soil,
A little bit more.
wet by the rain, wet with rain, slowly waking as the warm face of Helios fills my soul with restless joy. I begin to listen moment by moment. This is really... It's
a monologue. I was literally about to be. It's a monologue.
Why is it stupid?
because if she's truly in grief,
It's theater though, Niobe. She would, because it's a play. In theater, so you don't actually see this all that often in my personal experience. It might happen more, but in like the plays I was reading and working on, it wasn't. But it is in, I believe, almost Maine. It's written so there's lines, slash lines, when you're supposed to interrupt someone and speak over them. And she spoke over him, but not early enough. You need to place your overlap so it sounds intentional. She just sounded like two beats too early for her line.
Yes, this is stupid. Why? If Demeter is really sad, why would she continue on and on and on, especially to someone?
Because it's theater, baby.
It's just not quite reality. It's a play. We're using words to describe how we feel. Most actors would love this. I mean,
I love this.
Okay. I feel the wishes above.
Thanks, Grigor. You're really helping us out.
Wishes for Clover. Perhaps I will grow to be Clover. The man wishes for an olive. You missed an N. It's for an olive tree.
Oh my
to grow
God.
near his home. Oh, if I could be an olive tree, I would. And when I wake and step into the day,
I'm gonna be real. At this point, don't put on the show.
How do you feel about your dreams taking root?
I think you're rather ripping them up now, aren't you?
Ugh, help.
I feel like if I was in mourning, I would keep my mouth
Girl.
shut. I don't know you would know what mourning is like.
Okay, no, completely off topic. Let's just focus.
When Persephone was
Focus.
growing inside me, that might be a bit much for the art crowd.
For the art crowd?
Yeah, I know.
For the art crowd.
Oh, I hate that I'm saying the same things that these two chuckle fucks are saying.
She joined me in my dreams. We grew together in the soil each night. And those
I was actually gonna
dreams
say, I think that of the entire not good play,
seed by
while
seed,
some of
we
the
were
Demeter stuff is like a
strong
little
into the
much,
sky together. And
it's
when I
probably the best part,
she
and maybe it's
continued
because
to
it's
dream,
like the
she
longest
continued
section
to
where
dream,
Hermes
she
isn't
continued to
interjecting
dream.
with his
The
nonsense.
night before she was born, she appeared as the girl I had yet to meet. Can I say my
You
lines?
can do whatever you want to do.
Oh my god.
Before she was
Gonna
born,
lose my
she
mind.
appeared as the girl I had yet to meet, and she took me by the hand. She led me towards. You missed an S. She led me.
Help
towards a
me.
tree I
Oh
had
my
never seen
god.
before.
This is like
Small,
watching people in acting class who are
spray
forced to
green,
write like a
dotted
scene
with
together
red
and act it out, and like,
You're really excited about that.
A spray green dotted with red bulbs.
That's a little bit better. Yeah, that's good.
No matter how you directed the writing, is just
me.
silly.
Stop criticizing the script. We have a bigger job here to do.
Well,
Just
then
say the
cut the
lines.
script in half and get
Say
on
the
with the rest of the
lines.
job. She plucked a strange new fruit for me. It was her creation.
This feels like a group project that like no one wants to be working on.
She is a very special young woman.
That sounds really.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounded really creepy.
How you must
Okay.
You do not understand. We have some other things to do, and you won't cut the script, so I'm just going to keep going, okay?
Niobe, that's enough.
I mean, we are wasting precious time here. I was not brought here to act.
What are you here
I
for
really
then?
Can't. In the interest of time, can I keep
Why are you
going
here?
with your precious script?
Why are you here?
Now again, she's in my dreams.
Shush.
Every night, tearing, and at last, when I her reaching out as desperately as me, and I see that I have. That's how I'm going.
You're gonna run out of air.
That is how I'm going to do it. You do not have any control over me when I am actually on stage.
Help!
Okay. All right. Let's just
I
continue.
don't know how to make the dream stop.
You have to let her go.
These flowers don't die. All else dies, but not these
Oh,
flowers.
God.
Until torn, the wind will spit dust, but these flowers will never die.
She doesn't always do bad. There were a few line reads I liked, but mostly none of them are good.
Think of Persephone.
You have no right to speak.
Can we get a little less space captain, a little more delivery god?
Please think of all the living things.
What the fuck is
Back
happening?
to this.
I'm not going back to anything.
You
Yes.
keep
What would you
rewriting
want?
it.
He's creepy, right? Do you agree? He's kind of
Look,
creepy.
You
We
know
were
what?
supposed to do
There are
a
far
character
more creepier
conference. I
things
was
you're
set to do
something.
it. We never did it, and now I'm trying to feel
What
the
if she
same.
is dreaming
Go.
with me, but when she wakes, she finds she has pulled more light.
Niobe's just powering through. Help! This is like a nightmare, like table read, except they're deep into rehearsal.
Zeus will never allow. He can be persuasive.
Oh god. Oh god.
How can you stop me if I can't stop myself?
What? What was that, Niobe? I think that's the first real bit of acting I have seen.
Oh my
day. That
god.
was beautiful. Oh my gosh. Just keep going. Keep going.
We will be reunited, in life or in death. It makes no matter to me.
Okay, maybe I take that back. Can you just a little bit more energy?
You just said it was.
Oh my
Now
god.
you're saying it's
No,
not.
you,
and
you don't
I would not
understand
want to
the
work with any of
difference.
these people.
Okay, we're going back to more energy.
we will be reunited. Can you feel?
How do you know that?
Because I studied Greek art.
How do you know? How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because I studied Greek art, you nincompoop.
How do you draw wind anyway?
Olympus peaks. That is a very strange string of words. The white winds, the river, Hades, I will.
I'm also losing it here. Girl, help. What? entries by finding matches and gaining points before time runs out. The more one design you match. Oh, so this is just like... Oh. Oh, I see. You can collect more than... Well, we did it. Is entries? Oh, opening night. Okay, who cares?
I need to assign seats
Oh.
according to everyone's requests.
Manos wants 4 tickets, while Kavriel, Lilith, and Vakros all want 6. Amato needs 4 aisle seats. How many does Amato want? Wait. Manos needs all handicap and needs 4. Gavril wants all best front row best possible. So how many? They want 4 VIP. Manos needs all handicapped and also wants... Oh wait, Gavril wants 6? This was 3 VIP seats. And... seats together in prime. I usually am not bad at that, but I can't do that like right now because I'm a little too tired. And also have done a lot of reading. And because I'm still like getting over being sick. Yeah, I need...
Still check. That's done. Haven't done that. Can't check that. Haven't done that. Still have to do that.
So I'll do that later for sure. Is this? Was it this that I was taking a picture of? I can't remember already. Sorry.
Got it.
Did I not check out everything in the filing cabinet?
Sorry, can't talk now.
Oh.
What is it?
Oh. I guess you can talk now.
Do you know much about proving provenance?
Sure. I have some materials for you. Here.
Bye-bye.
We will read that
Until
next
later.
week.
What is it?
Later.
Until later.
Time cards, time cards, time cards.
These must be the tags for the display.
Okay, nothing there anymore. I'm gonna need this for that. for the provenance. I'm going to need this for the provenance.
There's no way this invoice is right.
I think. Let's try to do those vases.
I need something to help me figure out which vase is which first.
Girl, you know anything about vases?
Yes.
Later.
You know nothing about
Until
vases.
later.
Just making sure I didn't miss anyone by clicking around rapidly. How come no one is here? How come there's no one in this
Hi.
video game?
Goodbye.
Talk to you later.
Your script sucked.
Hi.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
God damn it. Golden Age, 2nd July. Starvods. Wait. 2nd July, Starvods, Gold Leaf, Golden Age. I think that's State Museum of Fine Arts, probably. Oh, wait, coins and jewelry. It's either Wallachia or... Pieces is really vague. Let's try Wallachia in October. Yeah, yeah.
All done.
Okay. Great.
Did that. Can't check that off yet. Still have to do. Can't check. Still have to do. Still have to do that.
I feel completely at loss. I guess I have to try to do the tickets. Fuck me. Okay. Manos wants 4. Everyone else wants 6. So there are 6 aisle seats, and Amado wants 4 of them. So let's do the 4 non-handicapped ones. Since Manos wants all handicap. Gavril wants all front row, best seats possible. Which could then give him one of the handicapped, hypothetically. Manos needs all handicap seats. Gavril wants all front row best possible. Varkos wants as many discount seats as available than standard seats. So... Manos wants only prime seating. Okay, Lily wants 3 VIP seats and the remaining in together in prime. Who is yellow?
All done.
Oh, okay.
Time to drop these off in the mailbox.
I was like, my head stopped working. Everything stopped working. It, you know? Oh.
I can cross that off my to-do list now. Check. Still have to do that.
Oh, I have a coin display cake. I guess I can...
Thank you for unlocking the display for me.
Why are you so interested in them?
The tooling marks tell a story about how they're made.
I think
For
her
the most
bangs
part, I
are
still
slightly
don't understand the
see-through.
full method. Bits and pieces, but that's it. I'd love to see if I can see something.
Yeah, I think her bangs are
Anything
slightly
to add to
see-through.
that discussion.
Yeah, she is.
Goodbye.
Until later.
Also, her lips have, like, weird lines in the middle, straight down. Strange.
Still have to, haven't done that.
Can I call again and be like, help? What do I do? Melina!
Hi, Nancy.
Bye-bye.
Fine! I don't love how I have notes. And then I also have a diary. I assume it's because, like, this is kind of taking up, like, the suspect's quest space, but I don't like it. I don't like it. It makes it confusing for me.
Hi.
Goodbye.
Talk to you later.
I feel like I'm missing something. Like, very genuinely.
Definitely need to figure out what to do here before I try anything. Haven't done that.
Maybe it'll tell me to do the provenance for something else? Sorry, I'm just like a little at a loss for what to do, and not even because I'm stuck. I'm just like, wait, but nothing's, like, there's nothing to do. Oh, great. Oh, lockdown. Consider the museum on full lockdown from here on out. No vehicles of any kind are allowed near exits. Keep an eye out for anything that could be useful to the police if they find something amiss. Oh, the Nemean lion. It already had that before, and I didn't realize. Oops. So we really are just... I did see a lot of reviews say that, like, you will now do chores. This is one of the Nancy Drew games where you do a lot of chores, and they aren't wrong. I was looking in the wrong section. World of God and Heroes, 29th of June, McHale. Let's start with that before I forget. I should have taken pictures, but I don't feel like it. Oh, God. We're too far in for pictures right now. Just double check. World of God and Heroes, okay. November, Bezos Gallery. Oh, wait.
Done.
Ugh. Okay. Demetrius wants a square block with no aisle seats. Laurent needs one prime seat and at least one standard seat, and all others the cheapest available. Petrovic doesn't want any VIP seats. Novak wants 4 seats in a row. Laurent needs 7 tickets. Larson's party of 6 all want to sit together in a row. Petrovic wants 5, all handicap accessible. Larson, Petrovic wants 5, all handicap accessible. But no VIPs. Demetrius wants a square block with no aisle seats. Laurent needs 1 prime seat, at least 1 standard seat, and all the cheapest available. Petrovic doesn't want any VIP seats. We got Petrovic, and all needs 5, all handicap. Larson needs 6 altogether. Who am I missing? Novak? Great. Oh, right. Only the first was getting printed.
Still have to do that.
God damn. Is this the one of 4 women sitting? I can only see some women, so let's assume it's this one.
That should do it.
Well, Nancy seems to think so.
Wait, if those time cards are correct, then the signature for the vase can't be right.
Permanent collection, 30th Sophia. I don't know if it was June or July. June, okay. Metropolitan, September. But if it's the permanent collection... Sorry, I'm like so out of it right now. What? A vase for sitting bird. One. Oh, one was okay. This music is like a little bit putting me to sleep. I'm gonna be honest, but we're also almost done. If it's the permanent collection and it wasn't listed, maybe it's the... Maybe I can't know because it's wrong. Nancy said that can't be right. So, maybe there's a mistake somewhere. I'm gonna be done. Sorry, I just realized how out of it was, and I was like, I should go to bed. So we should save for the first time. Why is this called Labyrinth of Lies? Because we haven't talked about the labyrinth at all, but it's fine. So, thank you all for coming. Sorry I'm still kind of sick and out of it. But I hope you had fun. Hypothetically, tomorrow Ronnie and I are doing Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice, more of Turnabout Serenade, because we got so little done last week. Holy shit, we got so little done. And on Monday, hypothetically, I'll be back to Layton. It all just depends on me feeling good enough to voice act for an entire stream. Yeah, and we're gonna see, because I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you for coming. Have a good day. Have a good night. I'll see you whenever I see you, and I'll talk to you all later. Goodbye.